When my dear friend asked me to bake butterscotch cookies, I knew the perfect recipe that he would love. And I'm going to share it with you. Coming up next. Hi, I'm Deette, and welcome to Turtles Tasty Treats, where we make baking from scratch easy. I'm so excited to share with you today's recipe that was requested by Snoopy Eats 408, a mukbanger here on these YouTube streets. I'm going to show you today with a few ingredients, you'll be able to create the most amazing butterscotch cookies that I know Mr. Snoopy Eats 408 will say is banging. The ingredients that you will need are 1 cup of butter, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, 1 cup of light brown sugar, 2 eggs, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, and 15 ounces of butterscotch chips. To mix up my ingredients, I will be using my KitchenAid stand mixer. I'll be using a bowl, a whisk, and a spatula. Now, I'm going to go ahead and preheat my oven to 375 degrees. I'm going to start by adding the butter to the bowl. Now I'm going to add my granulated sugar so that I can cream together the sugar with the butter. Let's mix it up. Now I'm going to go ahead and add our light brown sugar to our creamed butter. And we're going to mix it up. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my spatula and I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the sides so I can make sure that the butter and my sugar is well creamed together. Now we're going to add our eggs to our cookie dough. Now I always crack my eggs into a separate bowl just in case there's a bad egg or you get a shell into the bowl. I'm going to add the 1 egg to the mixture, and then we're going to fully mix it up into our cookie dough. Now we're going to go ahead and crack our 2nd egg into a separate bowl, and we can add our 2nd egg to our cookie dough mixture and mix it up. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my spatula and I'm going to go ahead and scrape down the sides so that everything can be well incorporated together. And let's mix it up. Now we're going to go ahead and add our vanilla to the cookie dough mix. And mix it up. Now in a large bowl, I'm going to mix my dry ingredients together. So I'm going to go ahead and take my flour and dump it into my bowl. My salt, I'm going to dump it in, and my cinnamon, I'm going to dump it in. Then with my whisk, I'm going to go ahead and whisk all of my dry ingredients together. Now that my dry ingredients are mixed together, I'm going to go ahead and add it to my wet ingredients a little at a time. And I'm going to mix it up. And now I'm going to add the rest of my flour to our cookie dough mix. And I'm going to mix it up. Now I'm going to go ahead ahead and take my spatula and I'm going to scrape down the sides one final time so that I can make sure that everything is mixed up together. And make sure that when you do this, you scrape the bottom of the bowl as well. And mix it up. Now what I'm going to do is remove all of the cookie dough off of the paddle. Now we're ready to fold in our butterscotch chips. And we're going to do this a little bit at a time. Using an ice cream scoop, I'm going to scoop out my cookie dough and place it on my parchment-lined baking tray. And I'm going to spread out my cookie dough about 2 inches apart. In order for our cookies to keep its shape while it bakes in the oven, we will need to chill our cookies for 20 minutes in the refrigerator. Now that our cookies have chilled, they're ready to go into the oven to bake for 9 minutes. Cookies are out of the oven, we're going to go ahead and let them cool on the tray for 5 minutes. Now that our cookies have cooled on the baking tray for 5 minutes, we're now ready to move them to our cooling tray to cool down completely. And now it's time to taste our tasty treat. Yummy. I'll see you in the next one and subscribe for more.